Occupations is more than the sum of its parts. We're a large organization, along with Family Empowerment Council and New Dynamics Corporation and our foundation. We employ well over 1,200 people. We are in 8 counties with a budget of excess of $60 million a year.
Services reach over 10,000 individuals and families a year in so many diverse ways. Our core mission is to support people to have a full and meaningful life, to bring all of the resources that our community has and all of the skills and talents of our staff to form those helping relationships that assist people. The more we see how individual lives can be changed with a variety of supports, the more inspired the people who work in our system of services are to create new opportunities. So we believe we're going to see even greater change and possibilities in the decade ahead.
And occupations and our sister agencies, Family Empowerment Council and New Dynamics, and in fact our entire community, the entire state, is really a leader in providing environments with supports that are as least restrictive as possible. And we should be proud of that.
Since 1963, Occupations has provided services for those in need. The following are just a few examples of how the Occupations system of care is an invaluable part of our community.
I lived in Newburgh, and the area had got pretty bad with my son and like the gangs and stuff like that. And my son was having problems. He had started setting fires and chasing people with knives. And so I called for preventive care to come and help my son. And so Occupations came in into our home, and they helped us.
Everybody loved her, because they were totally in awe that this mom just went with everything, and she soared.
And they helped me feel more confident about myself as a parent. I'm a single parent. His father was incarcerated, but they helped me strengthen my skills as a parent and just let me know that I can raise my children on my own.
The thing about Family Partners is we've all been through it. So when we see somebody that truly gets it and wants to get even more of it, that's why we do the jobs that we do.
Without a doubt, I was not going to lose my family again. And so his father was already gone, but I am a parent, always. And I'm never going to lose my family again. And so I'm going to be a mom for the rest of my life. And they always have services. You just have to willing to say what side of the fence you want to be on. Services are always here to help you. It's just which side of the fence you want to be on. And I want to be on the right side. And once I wasn't on the right side, I was on the wrong side. But once I changed, then services are here to help you. So I love Occupations. I love preventive care. I love whatever's out there to help. Because you never have to be alone. It's if you don't want to be alone.
About 3 years ago, she was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, and her cancer went in remission. And then about 4 months after the cancer went in remission, she had a massive seizure, which she passed away from. And I was just devastated. I just couldn't find a reason to wake up in the morning and go on, you know. My whole reason for getting up was gone.
Maurice began PROS, and he came to us. He was very depressed. He was having thoughts of suicide.
I spent a few months in depression, isolating, kind of conning my family members, telling them I'm okay, you know, I'm getting through this and stuff. And then in October, and then again in December, I did 2 suicide attempts, and I wound up in the hospital.
I've seen Maurice tremendously grow through the program. He's worked really hard on his recovery. Not only has he grown in his recovery, but we really notice here that he shares it with other people, new people coming in. He's a wonderful support for them.
I was familiar with mental illnesses and things like that. Coming here and learning about it and being taught how to deal with it, I can look back and realize that I've probably been dealing with it most of my life and just suffering through it. One of the things that she told me that stuck with me from day one was, you only get out of this program what you put into it. Even in my worst depressions, I try and find the strength to get up and get out of bed to get to this program.
We have 2 kids, Mary, who's 5, and I have a son who's 4. And we moved to New York almost 4 years ago. And my daughter has a disability called spinal muscular atrophy. And she requires a lot of care and skilled nursing care and pretty much around the clock care.
The Care at Home program is provided through Family Empowerment Council. This is a program for children up to age 18 who are developmentally disabled, who are suffering from a complex health issue.
Spinal muscular atrophy is a genetic recessive disease that affects all the voluntary muscles. And so that includes everything from just your limbs to breathing as well. But it doesn't affect her cognitively. So cognitively, she's fully aware, she's smart as a whip, she's funny, she likes to do everything that every little 5-year-old likes to do. And she's a joy to be around.
Our service coordinators are the ones who will assess for needs and continue to make sure that these children are able to be healthy and safe in their homes instead of being in a hospital setting.
We are a military family and we've lived in various states, and we've never found an organization like Family Empowerment that has helped us and given us so much support, not only on the medical side of things, but also on a personal side as well, especially with my husband being gone right now. It was a huge relief because it meant, I would get a little bit more help, some respite. It's made things a lot less stressful because we know that we have the person there that can help us. And so it does take a burden off of me so I can focus on other things, taking care of the kids and having fun with the family. And we've never found that in any other state that we've lived in.
June's been working here at Gold's Gym in Middletown.
I love Gold's Gym. I'm the best worker in the whole world. I love my boss.
I interviewed her, fell in love with her, of course, and hired her on the spot.
The goal of a job coach is to eventually get the person who needs the job coach to be without the job coach.
And she comes in, she goes right to work. She has her routine, and she does it every day. She gets real upset if she misses a day, which is great. I wish all the employees were like that. She helps me in my managerial skills. She helps me in my communication skills, and she definitely helps me with my patience. So I love her. She's wonderful. We have members here that ask for her. If she's not here, they ask where she is, if she's okay, if she's sick. We have members that as soon as they walk in the door, they say, "Is June here?" And she has a lot of friends here.
Because I'm the best worker. I love Gold's Gym. I love my boss, Kurt. He took a great job.
I would definitely recommend to every business that they contact occupations and try to place as many people in their employment. I would highly recommend it.
I ended up in drink because of alcohol use. I kept on drinking over the limit and got blacked out and went to the hospital numerous times for drinking.
Jason had some substance abuse issues and he had ended up in the ER. His mother, when called to pick him up, could not, and he was removed on an emergency basis.
Not being with family on my birthday, yeah, that was my worst time in there. But I got through it though, got through it.
I think his mother abandoned him when he was 9, got a lot to do with it too. He keeps that inside, but I know that had a lot to do with his drinking when he was young. And the fact that I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing too didn't help any. I was put in a rehab for a year for selling drugs.
Jason did his work in the group home, Dad did his work in his rehab, and then when CA brought Jason home on a trial discharge, it was like they both met at a really positive point, and then we just sort of watched them succeed.
I think the two of us give each other strength. Because I worked to get to him and he worked to get back to me. I love him. So, As long as we got each other, we're
Strong. Family.
yeah.
But watching a family like Jason and Jay sort of overcome their individual previous or past issues and then just have a very smooth transition, and watching that happen is a very rewarding experience for me, and it's why I, continue doing the work that I do.
I was born into a dysfunctional family. We were born in Brooklyn. I remember visiting my mother at the state psychiatric grounds. A lot has changed since then. I've had the pleasure of seeing how occupations was always in the forefront of those changes, always pushing the envelope for me and people like me and the community to have a better life for themselves.
He said to me, I had to reach a point where, A, I was willing and able to accept the multitude of services that were being offered to me. And I had to then take those services and help myself. He has taken advantage of the services that we've offered, that we do offer through occupations over the years. He's taken advantage of all of those services, and that has used that help to create quite a successful life for himself.
Because a lot of times they don't mention what interests them.
Morgan was hired as a peer recovery specialist, and he has been able to take the experiences through his life and impart that knowledge and experience on others.
The field is opening up to a lot of peer specialists, and part of my goal is to be that bridge between what was and what could be.
And it has been from an invaluable perspective, because it is from the perspective of someone who has been a recipient of services, who has struggled to create quality of life for themselves, and has been able to do that, has been successful at that. And now that perspective is what he uses to help other people.
My recovery is a way to show other people that's possible. And from where I came from, it's a miracle, and there's plenty more out there.
We don't measure our success by the size of our operation or where we're located. We really measure our success by the supports that people receive and the outcomes and the independence that we provide people.
The journey that we're on is continuing to strive for ways to help the many individuals we have the privilege to support achieve the life that they want in our community.
Sunrise Gardens, one of Occupation's most recent undertakings, is a complex of 78 affordable housing apartments in the town of Wallkill, designed specifically for people with special needs. Jim DeStefano and Amy Anderson Winchell recently toured Sunrise Gardens with builders Jonah Mendelbaum and Donna Applegate of Warwick Properties, and shared with them the mission of Occupations in the community. As the 2012 Vision of Hope Award recipients, Jonah and Donna are passionate about the Occupations system of care and their own ongoing mission to provide affordable homes like Sunrise Gardens for those with special needs.
Housing being so critical, it probably is the single most important element for someone to be successful in our community.
And I think for us, we've been involved with providing clean, affordable housing for seniors for a little over 17 years. And this is exciting for us to be able to reach another segment of the population that in some cases needs have been overlooked, and that we're able to provide a service to people who can't find elevator or ADA accessible buildings that they can afford to live in. So, it gives us a great feeling of satisfaction to know that we're helping people, in addition to the fact that it's part of our business. And by working with Occupations, we've learned so much more about your organization.
For us, it's simple in a way. We're creating a safe, affordable home for someone. You help one person at a time, and you help the world.
It wasn't until we got involved with your organization on the level that we are now that we realized the breadth and scope of all of the lives that you touch every day. And I think one of the things that really impressed Jonah and I the most was that you and Amy and your staff, how caring you really are. To you, it's not a job. To you, it's a passion, and the effort that you put into making sure that people's lives are changed and that it's for the better is just very, very inspiring to anybody who meets you.
It opened my eyes to realize how desperate the need is for affordable housing for people with special needs. We are going to commit to you that we're going to continue to do this in the future as long as we can to try to help as many people as we can with special needs with affordable housing.
And I think what's uniting the whole conversation that we're having is the deep caring that we all share about one another. We imagine in the future that people with many challenges, extreme needs, will be able to actually live in a place like Sunrise Gardens with the support plan that's going to assist them and give people the life that they're dreaming of.